Hello, my impatience. It is I, Andrew the Android Koloski here. So, did my stepfather and mother get off sexually for my pain and suffering? Or my mother and stepfather getting off sexually for my pain and suffering? I think it's pretty obvious they were. Somebody says, it's every day the same thing. I want them to take accountability. I want my mother and stepfather to admit they got off sexually, but even if they did, you know. So he says, but on another note, what's going on, Rusty? What's going on, Rusty? How art thou, Rusty? How art thou? Horn Dog says, Andrew, I have a question. Yeah, what's your question, Horn Dog? What's your question? What is your question? So he says, what are your thoughts on the Idaho University trial? I literally know nothing about that. Let me Google it. I literally know zilch about it. So I can't even tell you. What's going on? Somebody murdered 4 students. Yeah, I just don't know anything about it really. This is the first time I've heard of it. Somebody is saying you look a lot like the murderer. I don't appreciate that. I don't like to be compared to murderers. I don't like to be compared to misogynistic incels. I prefer to be compared to billionaires, movie stars, successful people. Compare me to Elon Musk, not nefarious killers. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. So he says, you look like Tom Cruise, not a nefarious killer. So he says, you look like Rex Andrew Humerman. All right. Should I set up the DSLR and do some performances for you guys? What should I do this evening? Tomorrow is the 4th of July. All right. So do you think Do you think my stepfather was getting off sexually for my pain and suffering? All kidding aside, do you think he had nefarious intentions? Do you think he was torturing me? I'm dead serious. Do you think my stepfather was torturing me? Somebody says, Dale is behind it all, but there is nothing I can do about it, so it's best to move on. So I was tortured by Dale, basically, right? So Dale's a sexual sadist who got off from torturing me, correct? So I mean, let's just say, somebody says, let's say Dale tortured you and your mother let him. What happens now? Well, I'd want to press legal charges. I'd want to put him in jail for anything I could. Well, like, was the pharmacological abuse premeditated? Did they intend to get me to take HIV PrEP? Did they intend to get me to take a mega regimen of psychiatric medications to torture me? Like I was being tortured by my mother and stepfather. So he says, you have a right to be angry. So my mother and stepfather were sexual sadists who were just like torturing me, basically. That's really what was happening. I was never delusional. Is that really the truth? I was tortured by my stepfather? So he says, was this just for his pleasure, or did you do something to trigger this? Maybe he's never liked me from day one, but I suspect maybe it's resentment over the intergender wrestling 20 to 25 years ago. That's the reason he tortured me. But maybe he even disliked me prior to that. I don't know. Should I set up the DSLR and do some songs? Should I sing the Star Spangled Banner? I mean, it's not quite July 4th yet, but should I set up the DSLR and sing some songs? Maybe get my mind off the sadist that is Dale. Somebody says, sing us the Star Spangled Banner. All right. One sec. I'll show you. Don't be scared that Dad is gone. He won't be here for very long. Horn Dog wants the little drummer boy. mother tortured by Dale? Was Dale really getting off sexually from my pain and suffering? Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, Dale was getting off sexually from your pain and suffering. And your mother allowed it. But there's nothing you can do about it. There's going to be no court case. Baby, you're a firework! Well, it's not July 4th yet. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, here we go! Let them go, and you leave us going, So he says, you got to remember there's no evidence you can pin on Dale. Okay. So is the truth my stepfather, Dale North, is a sexual sadist who got off from torturing me? Is the truth my stepfather was behind the pharmacological abuse? Is it true that my stepfather is behind torturing me for the past 20 to 25 years? Maybe he's disliked me and resented me from day one, but I suspect the reason he hates me is because of the intergender wrestling 20 to 25 years ago. And he set out to sabotage me. He set out to traumatize me. I was a happy kid. I was a sweet kid, a passive kid, a loud kid. And I suspect my cousins, aunts, uncles, they were all laughing at the fact that I was getting traumatized. They're like, oh, look at the little yappy kid. Now he's getting PTSD and now he's getting really frightened by the world because his stepfather is taking sadistic pleasure in his suffering. Basically, everybody was laughing at the fact that my stepfather was traumatizing me, was putting me in fight or flight mode, was giving me CPTSD. And they said, well, it's probably true your stepfather tortured you. Well, it's probably true they were getting off sexually from your pain and suffering, and your mother did nothing about it. There's no evidence, no hard evidence that your stepfather, Dale North, tortured you. You're not going to be putting him in jail in a court case. And, what's the alternative? You're dependent on your mother. You could be homeless. You could be in the psychiatric hospital. But yeah, your stepfather got off sexually from torturing you. You have to accept it and move on and try to get independent. But yeah, you were put through unimaginable pain and suffering. Your stepfather hated you. He got off sexually from your pain and suffering. That's just the cold, hard facts, It's tragic, really. But, you have to accept it and move on. He was a sexual sadist who was, torturing you. All right. Which is somebody wants me to do Katy Perry Firework. I don't. Somebody wants me to do the Macho Man Randy Savage Cream of the Crop promo. Ooh, yeah. You see, I'm the cream, and the cream rises to the top. This right here is a cup of coffee, and the cream you put inside the coffee. I am the cream that's going to rise to the top of the entertainment industry. I've got the charisma. I've got the mic skills. I got the look. I am the cream. I am the cream of the crop. I look at all these pop stars, these phonies, these wannabes, these cheap imitations. I'm the real deal. I'm the cream. You can try to bury the cream. You can try to stifle the cream. You can try to put the kibosh on the cream. But the cream of the crop will always rise to the top. You can be envious of the cream, but the cream will always prevail. Because I am not trash, despite what people try to make me think. I am not a worthless piece of meat and an object. I am not a piece of garbage. I am the cream of the crop. I am. And the cream will always rise to the top. All right. Somebody wants the Little Drummer Boy. Somebody, do you want the Star Spangled Banner? But I should probably do the Star Spangled Banner tomorrow. Somebody wants Katy Perry Firework. Oh no! Oh no, my microphone wasn't on! My microphone wasn't on. I didn't. Masterpiece is down the drain! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, my microphone wasn't on. I didn't capture that criticism of Dale. Let's try it again. So is the truth my step... I can't do it again. Can't do it again. Is the truth my stepfather is a sexual sadist who got off from torturing me? Is the truth my stepfather was sabotaging my life, trying to put me in fight or flight mode? Is the truth my stepfather was trying to metaphorically cut my neck? The reason being, 20 to 25 years ago, I had intergender wrestling with a member of his family. He may have hated me prior to that, but I suspect since then he devoted his life to torturing me. He was trying to kill me while creating a facade. He was trying to help me. He was trying to make my life a living hell. I suspect my cousins, aunts, uncles, mother, they all knew Dale was torturing me, and they laughed about it. They said, "Oh, look at the little I was a sweet, sensitive, talkative kid, and they said, "Look at the little yappy, kid, getting transformed into somebody with CPTSD. Now he jumps when he hears fireworks. Now he's traumatized. Now he's in fight or flight mode because he's getting tortured by Dale." My stepfather was basically torturing me, and everybody knew. And the pharmacological abuse, I suspect, was premeditated. Especially the HIV PrEP. I suspect that Dale was behind it all. I suspect he was behind the mega regimen of psychiatric medications. I suspect they deprived me of interpersonal relationships, romance, girlfriends. I suspect they had me in a metaphorical chastity belt, depriving me of sex and love. Somebody said, even if this is all true, even if you were sadistically and persistently tortured by Dale, even if he gave you CPTSD, even if he set out to sabotage you, well, there's no evidence. There's going to be no court case. You're not going to be putting Dale in jail for being a sexual sadist. It's just basically your word against his. But I believe my stepfather was getting off sexually from torturing me. He's a monster behind his mask. He was, I believe I was sadistically tortured by my stepfather for the past 20 to 25 years. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows he was trying to hurt me and was hurting me and was sabotaging me. There's really nothing I can do about it because there's not enough evidence that he's the monster that's pulling the strings and behind it all. All right, so I redid it. Somebody says, Dale believes there was a Bronco Buster, but there really wasn't. Let's redo the cream of the crop, too. So today is July 3rd, 2025. I realize tomorrow is Independence Day. Tomorrow is July 4th. But I'm going to sing the Star Spangled Banner today. I'm going to do a premeditative strike. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes in bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave truth to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land for the show. Let's get ready for the game. All right. So he's chanting USA, USA. Let's play ball. All right. So what's another thing I can do? One more video. Someone wants Firework by Katy Perry. Do you ever feel? All right, I gotta get the lyrics. Let's get the lyrics to Katy Perry Firework. Firework, Katy Perry. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you, and you just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them all in awe, awe, awe. You don't have to feel like a waste of space. Your original cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds. After a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe a reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will blow. And when it's time, you'll know. You just got to ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them all in awe, awe, awe. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you, you. And now it's time to let it through. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, make your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them all in awe, awe, awe. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon.
Somebody says, that was incredible. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Be right back.